So this is my plyometric program for collegiate water polo, collegiate water polo team. I've designed this hopefully to mirror the demands of the sport. So it's about half upper body necessary to build that throwing power that they need to pass as well as shoot, as well as lower body that they need for sprint speed and kicking in the pool as well. So we'll start with the upper body exercise, and the first thing that I would have our athletes do is power drops. So I don't have a medicine ball here today at home. I also don't have the proper surface that a partner would stand on. I also don't have a partner, so I'm going to demonstrate with my kid's sensory ball. Well, that's not true. My wife is videoing, but she'll continue to video. I'll use one of my kids' balls here today, and I'll just demonstrate it as best as I can. So the power drop, essentially the athlete is going to lay down with their head against the surface that the athlete is actually standing on, which would be higher than my son's foam chair here. And they're going to stand in anticipation with their hands up ready to catch a ball. Their partner, who's standing on top of the surface here, is going to hold the ball out about shoulder width and drop. And as the ball drops, the athlete's going to catch it. They're going to perform a counterbalance movement as they catch it, throw it up as quickly as they can. And as soon as they're going to throw it up as quickly as they can back to their partner. Their partner will catch it, drop it back down, and they'll repeat that motion. So I'll just kind of show, I'll demonstrate it by, let's just say this is now the partner, that was a bad one. The partner now dropping it back down, they're going to catch it, come back as quickly as can, and throw it back up. Okay, so that's power drops. The first thing to work on. The next thing that we'll have them do for overhead or for upper body plyometric exercise is a single arm throw. And they start in a straight up position. You're standing straight up, you get your feet about shoulder width apart, you're nice and tall. Your arm will actually be your extended, abducted 90 degrees at the shoulder, elbow flexed to 90, so you're holding it like this. And in this position, the shoulder is also externally rotated. And you can perform this exercise in a normal throwing motion. That really more mimics a baseball throw, whereas this, from an externally rotated shoulder, 90 degrees of abduction and flexion here, mimics more the water polo throw. So the athlete in this drill will start in this position. They're going to perform a slight counterbalance, so they're going to cock their arm back a little bit, and as soon as they've gone back far enough, they're going to throw right away. And I won't throw it at my camera woman today, so it would look kind of like this. They're going to grab the ball here, cock it back slightly, and throw, just like that. And as soon as they go back, they're going to pause for a second and throw. Their partner, the person they're throwing it to, is going to stand about 10 feet away, and they're going to throw it back, hopefully, to the starting position, and they're going to, as soon as they catch it, go back with the counterbalance and throw it again, and just repeat that process. You're going to do it bilaterally, so both sides, which is particularly important for a water polo player. They should be able to throw with both arms. The last upper body drill that I included for the plyometric program is an overhead throw, which is actually done with both hands, which could be another useful thing that a water polo player may need to be able to do. So you would start, you're holding the ball over your head, slightly in this type position, up above your head here. You're going to be throwing to a partner again. The counterbalance movement is performed. You're going to be standing once again upright like this, nice and straight. Feet are shoulder width apart. Balls over the head. The counterbalance movement is just slightly back behind the head a bit, a little further, and then immediately go right into a throw. So just like this. And it's okay if the ball bounces off the ground to the partner. The partner's then going to throw it back. They're going to catch it up here again, and immediately go into the counterbalance and throw again. So they're going to catch it, immediately go back and throw. And I'll try not to break anything in my house. So that is the, and that actually kind of hurt my shoulder. So that is the upper body exercises that I've included, and then we will go to the lower body exercise. And I tried to go from hardest, or so most difficult, most intense, to the lower intensity. So the first lower body plyometric exercise that I've included is the cycled split squat. And essentially what that means is that athlete's starting position is going to be in a bit of a lunge, so their foot's going to be forward. Say I'm using my left leg, and they're going to squat down, kind of like this. So this is essentially their starting position. And you're going to start with a slight counterbalance movement here. So a slight dip, and then the athlete, once they hit the depth necessary for that counterbalance, they're going to spring up. So they're going to push firmly on that forward foot, and in the air they're going to switch legs so that they land with the opposite leg in front of them and the leg they started the push with behind them. And they're going to land in a bit of a lunge too, or a slight squat with the first leg. Now, in the landing position here, you don't want to be all the way down. You don't want it to be a deep lunge because that actually may overcome the SSC's mechanism to aid in further jumps. So the way this ultimately looks is, make sure I don't hit my head on the ceiling fan. They're going to start here with their leading leg in front. They're going to squat down in the starting position, perform a slight counterbalance, which is down, and then forcefully push up like this, and then immediately catch with the other leg. So just like that. And again, not land too low. Next thing is the double leg hop that I've included. And it's a similar kind of movement, but that's really about forcefully pushing the body forward. And what this entails is, again, getting to a comfortable position, standing up straight, feet about shoulder width apart. And then the starting, you're going to start kind of bending down almost into that landing position. And this is essentially where you're going to get your counterbalance from. So you're going to bend down slightly, almost a quarter squat, in that type landing position where the shoulders are over the knees are over the feet. Not too far ahead, not leaning too far. And you're going to bend down, and then arms go forward immediately on the push phase. Arms go forward, and you're going to jump as far forward as you can. So again, we're going to bend down here and quickly kind of spring forward like that. Again, the counterbalance movement to the point of the forceful forceful jump should be very quick. And that's the double leg hop. And then lastly, we do power skips. And so this one, again, start comfortably. Feet shoulder width apart, standing up. You're going to shift the weight onto one leg. The other leg, the non-skipping leg, is going to be bent up. Let's just say I've been using my left leg a lot. So let's say, well, the leg that's not going to be skipped is going to be the starting leg. It's going to be about flexed at the hip, 90 degrees. Flexed at the knee, if I can keep my balance, 90 degrees as well. You're going to perform a slight counterbalance, a slight bend, and then jump forward. Arms can or cannot, they don't have to be a part of this jump. But you're going to kind of jump forward like this, and as you're jumping forward, the knee and the hip are flexed further than 90. And the idea is to focus on the actual skip process in this exercise. So start, once again, you're comfortable, shift weight onto the leg that will be doing the forceful movement. The other leg comes up, 90 at the hip, 90 at the knee. Counter movement slightly here, and then forcefully jump forward and land like that. Okay, and then immediately on landing, you switch to the other leg, and I won't jump at my wife. You land with the other leg and do the exact same motion on the other leg. And those are the exercises that I've planned for this plyometry program. Thank you.